EJ's 8. What does it mean? He's not 8 years old. He's older than that. So let's find out what Eagles topics we're going to talk about on this episode of the PHLY Eagles podcast. Stay with us. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the PHLY Eagles podcast on a Loopy Tuesday, live from the Xfinity studio and presented by Bet365 and Ashley, Wulf, EJ Smith. We talked this morning. Now I get to sit next to you in person. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I noticed that my camera was kind of blurry at times during the interview.
Oh, it was like beautiful early on.
It was
but then
weird.
Towards the end,
you know what it was? I feel like it was probably like my internet and my camera were like, we're really gonna do it today. Like we're gonna go like 4K resolution, and then they petered out by the end. It's like, oh man, this is tough.
Good word.
Petered out?
Yeah.
I like a petered out.
I like petered out. It's good.
I need to clarify something at the top of the show. You just said EJ's 8. We are on precarious ground here. We need to be very careful in how we frame this conceit for the show, okay? This isn't EJ's 8. This is an homage to one Sheil Kapadia and the Kapadia family as a whole. We are doing this because it's a great idea that Sheil came up with.
Okay.
It's not EJ's 8. This is really derivative of Sheil Kapadia of the Ringers Philly Special, and I don't want any problems.
Listen, I agree with you that there is no one that I'm more scared of than Naya.
Yeah, exactly.
We agree, but I give Naya the credit.
Sure. Okay.
Sheil's not the only person who ever came up with a similar idea.
I'm like so afraid of Naya that I don't even want to like mention Naya. I just want to show respect to the family as a whole.
And this is why you've demurred and you went from the EJ 11, which was one better. Now you're going the EJ 8. Yeah, you are giving
couldn't possibly come up with so many topics. Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what? He does the ZB3. So at some point, it's he's sharing it. He wants everyone to do it. I texted him this morning, and I was like, I want you to know that we're doing this. I need you to be okay with it. And he said, we'll see what Naya says.
Okay, that's funny.
Yeah, so I'm a little scared. But, yeah, I got eight Eagles topics for you. We have a little bit of nonsense mixed in there.
I think it would be a good bit if you came in tomorrow with, like, a painted black eye.
That would be funny. It's not a physical fear. It's like,
no, I know.
It's a mental, emotional warfare, you know?
We're treading lightly.
Yes, we showed the necessary respect, I think. But yeah, we got 8 Eagles topics, some questions, some that I think, we've discussed roundabout, but a couple that we haven't. And this actually brings me to another thing that I wanted to ask you is, do you know what today is? You do, because I texted
Today
you about
is the 25th anniversary of Randy Johnson hitting that bird.
Is it actually?
Yes. I will never forget that.
Man, Randy Johnson.
Shout out to Devo, our pitching coach. We were on our spring training baseball trip down in Florida, and Devo, great old baseball guy.
What is Devo short for?
DiVincenzo, I believe.
Okay. Gotcha.
Great. He was all about the changeup, and he was right. In high school, kids can't hit a changeup. Great grip for it. Love Devo, and he comes out and very like low key guy, and I have never seen him so fired up. He comes out. He's like in his boxers, like you guys gotta see what just happened. You guys gotta see what just happened. I'll never forget.
Devo, it's funny, sorry, I took a lot from that story, but Devo was the thing that I need to get off my chest. The guy from Love is Blind, whose name is Devontae, went by Devo. Really hated that. I mean, go up by whatever you want, but Devo for Devontae is tough.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Do you know Devo sang the song Whip It?
I didn't know that.
Whip It Good.
Okay.
There you go.
It's also the 1-year anniversary of me making a guest appearance on the show. That, who knows, maybe that led to me being here in the first place.
Who knows? That was not your. That
wasn't my first.
Your first time in studio though?
No, because the first time I was in studio, I wore that cow shirt. It's like a floral shirt with like brown I'll find it and send it to Lindsay by the end of the show.
Okay.
It's like a floral shirt with like brown. It's like a white shirt with brown flower like patterns.
Yeah.
And it kind of looks like a cow. It's a nice. I like the shirt.
Sounds
it's
like
a
a nice
loud shirt. And there's a commercial about the shirt now, and it makes me mad because it's kind of like making a mockery of the shirt that I bought.
You gotta learn here. This is your opportunity to take that mockery and turn it around and be proud about it. You wear it 5 days in a row. All of a sudden, it becomes a thing.
You know, I should have learned that from being a co-host with you.
I don't remember this shirt.
I'll find it. I think I'll try to find it.
Shout out to Kim from Rita's in the chat.
Oh yeah, Kim from Rita's. I mean, she's just Kim. She's our Kim.
She's Kim from Rita's.
Kim from Rita's, but Kim from Wawa too.
She's Kim from Rita's, canonically.
Canonically, okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't reduce Kim though. She's a lot of things. She's great. Got me this water.
She's great. She's from Rita's.
We are off to a raging start. All right, do you want to pick a number?
Yes.
For starters, I guess do I need to explain the conceit of this?
You have 8
here?
topics.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pick a number, and we're gonna go through them that way. So we don't know which direction this show is gonna go in. I'm
makes it fun.
I'm starting
Create
with
some
number
intrigue.
7.
Number 7. You know what? This would be a great opportunity to do the Wawa What's Brewing segment.
Wawa, what's brewing? Shout out to our friends at Wawa. Let's talk about what's brewing at number 7. What do we got?
I'm almost wondering if you knew the list because this is the main topic of the show, which is
Ooh.
which Eagles free agent signing has the best chance of being this year's version of Zack Baun. Did you know the list?
No.
Okay.
I feel like you do this a lot where you think I'm a lot sneakier than I am, or you think
I'm just always on guard.
You're always worried that I knew something before it happened.
You're just like, how do I say this lovingly? You are
Always
just
right.
so yourself when you do know something early.
All right. This is tough because Zack Baun is such a unicorn situation. This is not like a guy they expected to have a role and then was even better than the role that they expected. This is a guy who, was barely just going to make the team and then turn into the best linebacker in football. It's an insane reach. So I appreciate the conceit of the question, but let's run through the options here. Riq Woolen is too good for this to be him.
Probably, right? I mean, if in a world where he is the best cornerback in football, I mean, because that could also be the Zack Baun framing, which is you signed on a 1-year prove-it deal and you became the best at your position in that year. I think that's also a fair way to say you'd become the next Zack Baun.
Even that still, I feel like, wouldn't be quite analogous to Zack Baun. But if it's just who's going to be the overperformer, I think that's okay.
I think that's the way that you can sneak Riq Woolen into this.
Okay. I honestly, I think even Arnold Ebiketie is like too good.
If he had double-digit sacks, well, not double-digit. If he became the best edge rusher in the NFL,
yeah, sure.
Or
if he would turn into a Pro Bowl edge rusher.
Yeah, I think that is probably that's the right framing there.
I don't think it's possible for Hollywood Brown. I think there's too much evidence of who he is. I don't think there's as much ceiling there as you might like to hope at wide receiver. And so it's sort of like, I don't think Stone Smart.
You could put him in there if he becomes top 10 tight end.
I think Stone Smart is a better bet than Johnny Munt on this front.
You hate Johnny Munt, man.
I don't hate Johnny Munt, but
the real
I don't think he's going to be a Pro Bowler. So yeah, I'm going to say that this comes down. That's interesting, but I think he's played too much. Jonathan Jones is a possibility. Like, what if Jonathan Jones just became the starter and was good on the outside?
Yeah.
But I think the narrowest comparison here is probably JT Gray, because he's a special teams guy.
He's never started a game at safety.
Yeah.
Has he played?
And then what if he gets thrown into the mix and all of a sudden he can play the position? He's a little bit old. I think.
But to say he's not the upside play. I'm wondering how many defensive snaps.
I think maybe it's I think
he played 39 defensive snaps in 2024 for the Saints.
Yeah.
That's the Saints connection too.
I think the conceit of the question It's gotta be JT Gray, Stone Smarter, Dameon Pierce.
Dameon Pierce, I don't think is possible. If you discounted Hollywood Brown, you're discounting Dameon Pierce as well.
I know, because I think running backs could have a kind of a random blip
like
season.
An opportunity, though. Like this
would require Saquon Barkley suffering like a season-ending injury.
Yeah.
And Dameon Pierce becoming the bell cow.
Can I throw a wild card in there that you haven't considered?
Yeah, please.
Michael Carter. Could he move to safety?
Yeah, but it's a re-signing. That's why I didn't count him. But
I mean,
okay.
He was technically a signing.
I wouldn't count it as a Zack Baun, but I appreciate the conceit.
I mean, yeah, just because we're trying to hit we're trying to hit the Zack Baun analogy from different angles. I had to make sure I said that carefully. And with Michael Carter, it's a position swap. He goes from slot cornerback to safety. Maybe he becomes a above league average. I mean, he probably would have to be a Pro Bowl safety to fit the Zack Baun comparison. Could he become a Pro Bowl safety? Probably not, but we would have said the same thing about Zack Baun when he signed. So maybe from the position change aspect, he would have been my pick.
I think that's a good one. And here's the other thing. As much as we poo-poo the initial Zack Baun signing, as they didn't see this as an outcome, which is true. They did sign him early in free agency. They had targeted him and made him a low-level priority. And so, it's not totally dissimilar with what they did with Michael Carter.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, I want to make it clear, nobody is saying that these guys are going to be the best at their position next season. It's just, it's a fun thought experiment to go through.
That's a good one.
I like JT Gray. I think that there is something there about
Yeah, I think he's probably been too many places for it to be on the table.
But he just has never really had an opportunity.
But, I mean, presumably for a reason, right?
Yeah, you would presume for a reason, but the same way, it's like, again, Zack Baun, there's like one Zack Baun. But from the standpoint of he just hasn't played much safety in the NFL, maybe Vic Fangio thinks that that's translatable.
How did he get 2.5 sacks in 2022? Interesting.
How do you get sacks if he played 28 defensive snaps in 2022?
Really?
Yeah, so how did he get
2.5 sacks on those 28 snaps?
I mean, do they count? Does it count as a sack if you tackle the punter? If it's like a okay,
it's
so
possible,
maybe that.
Yeah.
How did he tackle the punter?
Well,
we gotta crunch the film. Maybe on the ad break. Are you going to NFL Pro?
No, I'm going to True Media.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to do some research on that. But I think
that's a good.
I like Michael Carter as like a dark horse Zack Baun comp.
What if Johnny Munt becomes the starting tight end?
I just is he going to be is he going to catch 50 passes or something like that? I don't know. I think he's the tight end. He's a third tight end. I think you were a little dismissive of Riq Woolen as a possibility.
I just don't. They're paying him a lot of money. They're paying him to be a very good player. The Zack Baun is
the ceiling. Well, I guess the bar would be very high for him to fit the Zack Baun comparison. He'd have to be an All-Pro. But I mean, you think he's going to get 12 interceptions?
Okay, so. these are all quarterbacks who JT Gray sacked in 2022.
Okay.
Now, 3 different games too, and they're all. I'm trying to think here. They're all still playing quarterback.
Okay.
And they are all, right now, going to be starters this season.
Do you want me to guess?
Sure. It's not that exciting.
Bryce Young.
No, but there were 2 different quarterbacks on that same team. This was the year before they got Bryce Young.
It wasn't Andy Dalton, was it?
Andy Dalton. No, sorry, not Andy Dalton. No, before that.
This is where it's going to be tough.
Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield.
I would have gotten Baker Mayfield if you gave me enough time.
And
I was going through NFC South quarterbacks.
Also Geno Smith.
So against the Raiders? Or sorry, the Seahawks. Against the Seahawks, yeah. Okay.
Wow.
3 sacks.
2.5.
2.5, but still, I mean, I'll round up for him. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
How did he do that? We have to watch the film on that.
Okay.
Maybe JT Gray's got some juice that we're not familiar with.
Maybe they're going to move him to edge rusher. Maybe that's the Zack Baun. Move him to linebacker.
He's pretty small.
He could be the new Nakobe Dean.
He's 6 foot, 200 pounds. How much weight would he have to gain to play linebacker?
20.
Yeah, it's probably not going to happen. Not at 30 years old. I like him as a dark horse safety. That's fun.
JT stands for Wantavious Tavon. And if you like Tavius Tavon, it's an interesting.
A Alliteration?
Alliteration, yes.
I like that. But it's John Tavius?
Juan Tavius.
Juan Tavius. Tavon.
Yeah.
It's a strong name.
It's a good name.
Yeah. I mean, Gray is like such a short last name. You gotta
Right.
you gotta compensate. I can respect that.
Are there any other votes in the chat for different Zack
I saw
Baun?
Carson Steele in the chat. I like that. PJ Walker. What does PJ Walker have to do with anything? I like PJ Walker, although I have a funny story about PJ Walker.
Okay, let's hear it.
CDP will appreciate this. PJ Walker, I covered him when he was at Temple. You know, I wouldn't say like we had like an amazing relationship, but you know, I got to cover him for a year, and they had a great season. And I always liked PJ Walker because he's kind of like an unheralded recruit who came in and won the job, and they had really good seasons with him. And you know, so I'd always considered myself kind of a fan of PJ Walker as he went through his career. And then just one day he comes out and he's like, I don't want to be PJ anymore. Like, you can call me Philip. And they were like, why? And he goes, I mean, I'm an adult now. Like, what am I? I can't be PJ forever. You know, like an initial name. Like, I got to grow up eventually. I'm like, excuse me? Like, what are you talking about? It's totally fine. And I think he's reverted back to being PJ Walker again.
So his inner child.
It's like, oh, once you turn 20, you can't be PJ anymore. You can't have an initial name as an adult. That's ridiculous.
It's very funny.
Really, a shot across my bow.
Well, good for you for staying true.
I'll be EJ.
Never lose a little EJ inside you.
I don't like that. The thing is, I wasn't EJ when I was a kid. If you knew me before I turned like 11, you still probably call me Ernest. Or, believe it or not, Little Ernest.
That's right.
So
Little E.
Not Little. Well, I guess some people call me Little E.
No, but never Ernie.
Yeah, I was never a fan of Ernie. Like, I'm upset now that we talked about it because people will start calling me it, and I don't like that.
How about Ern?
I don't go by Ern.
Your dad goes by Big Ern?
No, we do know an Ern, is what I would say. Friend of the family.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, go by. Good guy.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
That'll close the book on What's Brewing, presented by our friends at Wawa. An earnest conversation about the next Zack Baun. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with more on the other side. We got 7 more topics. Stay tuned to find out what they are. Get those participation trophies out of here. Not when you're betting. No, winning is everything when it comes to betting, and that's where Bet365 comes in. At Bet365, they know the only thing better than winning bets with your money is winning bets with theirs. And there's never been a better time to do just that than right now. Thanks to their Bet $10, get $365 promo available to every single new Bet365 user. All you have to do is sign up, make a $10 bet, and win or lose, you'll be given $365 in bonus bets because it never hurts to have a little cheese, a little bread, a little onions sprinkled in when you're watching the game. That's right. So Bet365, where winning is everything. Download the app today and use code PHLY365 at sign up. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Please gamble responsibly. Must be present in Pennsylvania. $10 minimum deposit required. Bonus bet wager excluded from returns. New customers only. 21 and older. Time limits. Minimum odds. And terms and conditions apply. In-app only. Void where prohibited. Winning! Oh, boy. Wouldn't you love to just lock in some certainty for a 5-year period? Wouldn't that be great? Well, that's where Xfinity comes in, because what if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi and keep it at the same price for 5 whole years? That is the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Imagine Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together, that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. We are talking super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that also lets you stream the game even when the whole family is online. All of your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and Xfinity's best equipment included. So, lock in your price and unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Hello, we're back on the PHLY Eagles podcast. We've got 7 more topics to get to. 7's down. Let's do 3.
Okay, number 3. I lost my numbers. I don't know how that happened.
And, of course, shout out to Naya and Leela. We love you.
Number 3 is a fun one. I want you to blind rank the following movies, and I'm going to give you the caveat up top that I'm going to watch your number 1 pick on the flight to Phoenix for the owners meeting.
Ooh, okay. But hold on. Blind rank means...
I'm going to give them to you one by one.
And how many are there?
There are 5.
There are 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. And shout out to Sean Syed, who helped me compile this list.
Okay.
So number 1, Hamnet.
Is this me ranking it for myself, or this is recommending it for you?
I won't. No, you can do it for yourself, but just keep in mind that I don't care. I'll watch whatever. I'll watch your favorite.
I'm not recommending Hamnet to you, though.
What is that supposed to mean?
I don't think it's up your alley.
What is that supposed to mean? You have to explain these movies to me now. Not all of them, but why wouldn't I enjoy Hamnet?
I'm not saying you wouldn't enjoy it. It just wouldn't be my first pick for your type of movie.
No, I will watch it, and I will tell you if you're
I'm
right
gonna
or wrong.
put. I'm assuming that the rest of these are gonna be all like Best Picture noms from this year. Now I don't know if we're gonna get the ones that I would definitely have above it. I'm gonna hold some space for that.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Hamnet at 3 just because I don't know what's to come.
Okay. What about Taste of Things?
Ooh. Now that's a movie that Sean recommended to me, and I love that movie. He nailed that. I think you would like Taste of Things.
Okay.
Actually.
All right. Then don't tell me anything about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put it at number 2.
Okay. Number 3. I think you will also struggle with this one. I think you might be happy that this one's coming up. Begonia?
I liked Begonia. I don't recommend Begonia for you. Knowing your general queasiness.
What's it about?
It's not up your alley.
Okay.
I like Begonia, but I'm putting it at number 5.
Number 5. Okay. All right. Next one. Petite Maman.
What a brilliant movie. Love that. I mean, wrecked me. It's a perfect movie. It's short. I don't want you bawling on the plane necessarily. So because of that, I'm going to put it at 4, but I do think that you should watch that movie.
Okay. All right, your final movie. I'm disappointed because I've already seen this one. Mm-hmm. It's F1.
Okay.
So Bo Wolf's favorite movie, number 1 movie, is
give me 5,
F1.
You know. Okay.
Honorable mention from Sean was Friendship.
Oh yeah, you know what?
He knew you didn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a general fan of I Think You Should Leave, Friendship was just not for me.
I'm very disappointed that now I will have to watch the F1 movie again on the plane.
Well, you don't. You can watch the next movie. You can watch the highest ranked movie that you haven't seen so far.
I will probably watch the highest ranked that I haven't seen so far. I'll bend the rules a little bit. Although, I did enjoy F1. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Shout out Sonny Hayes.
There you go.
All right, what's your next number?
Let's do number 5.
I hope you're keeping track of which ones haven't been used yet. Number 5. All right, Peck, Ness, Migrate.
Yes.
Baseball opening day, the first weekend of March Madness, and the group stage of the World Cup.
Oh. You have 1 day versus 4 days versus like 2 weeks.
Yeah. But it doesn't change the fact that it's going to be different for different people. Some people, baseball opening day is like the pinnacle, especially means that it's getting warm outside. You know, it's like kind of like a hopeful day. So even though it's 1 day, it's a good day.
I mean, I love baseball. I love baseball opening day. And by the way, remember that as opening day approaches on Thursday, we've got the debut of our Phillies show, the PHLY Phillies podcast with Jamie and Corey Seidman.
Oh, man.
Launching tomorrow morning.
Can't
Not
wait.
Morning? Not
it's
morning.
noon.
Tomorrow at noon.
It's still the morning for some of us. It's morning for me.
For the West Coast, too. With Cuz pitching in as well. So don't miss that. The debut. Very excited. supposed to be
Very
nice
exciting.
weather on Thursday too.
Oh,
Nice. But
you're gonna migrate opening day.
I'm going to migrate opening day because it's one of 162. I mean, I love opening day. I love baseball, but of these three things, I can get other baseball games. I can't get other March Madness opening weekends.
Yeah, I don't
and
know
I
if
can't get other. And the group stage is the best part of the World Cup. So unfortunately, I have to migrate opening day.
Yeah.
Which corrupt organization do you back? The NCAA or FIFA? I feel like I'm going to choose to nest the group stage because nesting March Madness opening weekend, it's too much. It's like the appeal of the opening weekend is the indulgence of there's games on all day long and there's always something happening. I feel like if that was happening year round, it would be overwhelming.
Yeah. I agree with you on nesting the World Cup group stage. I mean, it's just a special event. Only one every 4 years. The whole world cares about it. It's very fun. I would pick baseball opening day. I like the energy that it brings. And the games feel important. I know they are one of 62, but when you're watching the games,
I'm with you.
It's like electric. And again, I like what it signals is coming. Summer, warmth, baseball's on TV. I love like a Sunday game. You know, I know you asked me who the Philly I'm most excited about is, and I kind of negged you there a little bit. I was like, we'll see how the team is first. But no, I love like what it means when we finally get opening day.
Okay. Good answer.
Yeah.
Let's do number 1.
Okay, you're going through all the nonsense, so we're gonna have a backloaded Eagles show.
Okay.
I promise to those of you who don't want
I
the
did
nonsense.
all the odds.
Yeah. If you could have one non-athletic skill for 24 hours. You talked about an athletic skill on the morning show. Good job filling in for Anthony, by the way.
That was fun.
You're
Negative VG.
natural. Yeah.
And Bree.
Yes.
One non-athletic skill.
Big Porsche fan, Bree. Respect that. Yeah, what would you pick as your non-athletic skill? You only get it for 24 hours. I want to see some entries in the chat, too.
24 hours is tough.
And by the way, let's keep this PG, everybody, especially you. I was trying to figure out the right way to word it so that you wouldn't make it weird. So PG.
I don't need any help there. 24 hours is tough because if I could like add one thing, one skill, it would be like waking up early, being an early person, fully rested. And that would be a nice skill to add to my
I thought about
my arsenal.
Not being,
but one
not
day
sleeping.
is not going to do that.
Yeah,
for me. One day.
Mine's gonna be really disappointing to you. You want mine first?
Yeah, go ahead.
If I could only have it for 24 hours, I would want to become the most skilled day trader in the world. Just make as much money in the 24 hours as I could make.
Okay.
And then I'd buy a house that's closer to the studio.
You don't have to be that skilled of a day trader. All you have to do is have inside information from the government.
I was going to say, you're going to finish your sentence. Stock market mastery.
Just trade on that. Yeah. Then there's your money. There's no skill involved.
Well, I mean, it's also illegal. So do it in the legal way.
Illegal. Okay. Davis Covey says he would be the best diplomat in the world and achieve world peace. There's a good answer.
You think you could do that in one day?
I mean, if you're the best in the world.
I would hope. If you could, then I would do that as well. But I was a little selfish with my answer. I agree, Claire. It is a CB answer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Zach
I would be the world's
at
best scientist and invent a time machine. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know if you could do that in 24 hours, even if you were.
If I'm the world's best.
Time machine. Keep that in mind for some of the prompts later.
Oh, okay. I don't have a good answer here. 24 hours.
Yeah. There's nothing you'd want to do. You wouldn't want to
I mean, I'd love to learn to fly, but.
Is that athletic? It's not athletic, I guess. If you could fly for 24 hours, where would you go?
I just fly from city to city and tell people, boy, are my arms tired.
All right. I do have an Eagles-related question.
All right,
that
let's get an
involves
Eagles.
a time
Let's get
machine.
an Eagles one in here.
Do you want me to just pick one?
Number 4.
Number 4. Okay, this would be a good one that we could do on the other side of the break, actually.
Okay.
Which young player do you think could take the leap we expected from Kelee Ringo a summer ago? So I think you could probably call it like the Moro Ajomo leap. Which young player on the Eagles roster is going to be a major contributor next season?
Is likely to make it, or would be the best case for the Eagles?
Why don't you do both? I think that's because they're different, I would say. Like, who would you pick to have that Moro Ajomo leap for the Eagles next season?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's noodle on that. Everybody think about it and join us in 2 minutes.
Whether your favorite team wins or not, there's always another way to win on the BetParx online casino app. Check out brand new casino games like Huff and More Puff and Fireblaze Sky Queen, a BetParx exclusive. The only app you need to play all your favorite casino games in the palm of your hand. Play blackjack, roulette, craps, poker, baccarat, and hot online slots like Cash Eruption, 88 Fortunes, and Cleopatra online slots. Play hot online slots based on your favorite streaming shows, Walking Dead, Squid Game, Breaking Bad, and Peaky Blinders, and all your favorite classic casino games from wherever you are. New users get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. Go to betparx.com and download the app right now and enjoy all the action and excitement from the casino at your fingertips. You must be 21 and in PA, New Jersey, Maryland, or Michigan for BetParx. You love to play, you play to win, you bet BetParx. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
There's a little mystery going on. That's right. A sweet mystery is going on at your local Rita's. For a limited time, you can get Peeps flavored Italian ice, and it comes with a tasty secret. Peeps Ice is springtime sweet and deliciously mysterious. Stop by and try it at your local Rita's and try and guess the mystery flavor on the Rita's website, and you can win free Rita's for a year. Just go to ritasice.com/peeps, and if you guess the right flavor, you'll have a chance to win water ice for the whole year. But you better hurry and get to Rita's to solve the mystery flavor before it's gone. Don't forget to download the Rita's app. New app users will get a free small gelati, ice, or custard with their first purchase. Come on in to Rita's and make this season the sweetest one yet with ice, custard, and happiness. Treat yourself to a scoop of happiness today. Be cool. Go to Rita's. Solve that mystery. I have an answer for the skill.
Oh, okay. We're going back. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some kind of artistic skill. So whether that's like I become a great painter or sculptor or something like that, that's a skill that I don't have that I would love to tap into.
Yeah, so you could paint something that you could hang up in your house and you could know that you painted it.
That's
when
true.
You were at the peak of your powers. I like that. You know, as somebody who knows how to play guitar, it didn't really.
That's a good one. Actually, yeah, a musical skill would be
playing guitar
interesting.
for like 24 hours though. That wouldn't be that much fun.
Yeah, but to get to feel what it's like, I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's all. I mean, I'm not saying
you're rocking a crowd.
You know,
hopefully.
I'm no Tom Misch, but you know, I don't know if it's worth like only having that skill for 24 hours.
Well, hopefully you get to do it in front of a crowd.
If I could play piano like at like a 90th percentile level for 24 hours only, I probably would do that. I would like go to like the most fancy piano store and just play beautiful pianos. Yeah, I would do that.
I think that's the move.
I can play My Heart Will Go On from Titanic on the piano.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Impressive.
That's
Somebody was the other day talking about doing that on the recorder. They can do that on the recorder. There you go.
How many recorders do you
Classic
have in your house?
middle school instrument, yeah.
Maybe one. We don't really.
Give it time.
Yeah. Well. All right. The young players who could make the leap that you wanted Kelee Ringo to make last season. So I think for this, are we saying that it has to be someone who wasn't already a starter?
Yeah, for the Kelee Ringo part of the experiment. Because otherwise you'd say what, Alex Hunt?
Oh, I think you're thinking more Makuba.
Okay.
So if Alex Hunt takes a leap from really good to Pro Bowl level, obviously that would be the most impactful thing. That would be great. I think that's a little bit different. I think he's already proven enough to have graduated from. So you're saying someone line.
Someone who waited in the wings last year.
I think Makuba is not too far a field from this.
He did start like 13 games
He did.
this year. Yeah.
But it's still theoretical to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if he ascended to like a truly above average starting safety, that would go a long way for the Eagles defense. But if we graduate beyond him,
Mm-hmm.
I think there are 6 candidates here.
Wow, you got 6 already.
Yes.
Okay, I see one.
So I think the top one is Jahad Campbell.
Yeah, does he count?
Does he count?
I'll give him to you because how many like Kelee. He didn't start many games the year before, but he played in a few. He started 4 games in 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you Jahad.
I think that's if you want to say who's the likeliest, if he counts, that's the likeliest one.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're thinking about, backups. And these guys are not ticketed for roles except for potentially one. But you go Smile Mondin, like let's say, he steps in and takes over and becomes a starting linebacker for somebody getting injured.
Yeah.
Cam Williams and Drew Kendall.
I had Cam Williams and Drew Kendall on my list. I think those might be best case scenarios for the Eagles, actually.
Well, the problem with best case scenario for them means that someone got hurt.
Not necessarily.
But if
for them to
if Cam Williams comes into
play,
camp and is a really good looking swing tackle, that would be fantastic for them.
Yeah, and in the sense of like even if they don't play, if he looks awesome in camp and it's like this guy looks like a starter in the NFL. Again, this is like super high range outcome for Cam Williams. Like, do you then say like we have our Lane Johnson successor?
Yeah, even I think
very small percentage chance. I'm not saying that's real. Yeah.
Yeah. But if he's Fred Johnson, that's a home run outcome.
Very good outcome. Yeah.
Drew Kendall, we've talked about quite a bit. There's a possibility that he could be thought of as a future starter for this team, even at center with maybe Juergens moving to guard.
Mm-hmm. I think he's maybe more like among the more likely ones.
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah.
I think Willie Lampkin.
Ooh, that's
an interesting one. Is a fun one. But I think you're not going to be surprised by where I'm going to go. And I think that this would be the best case scenario for the Eagles. Darius Cooper.
It's a fun one. Definitely a fun one.
Darius Cooper.
Are you saying that's best case or most likely or both?
I think best case. If
you
Darius Cooper makes
for him being the most likely.
Well, I think if Jahad counts, he's more likely.
Yeah.
But I think if Darius Cooper, if AJ Brown comes back, Darius Cooper beats out Hollywood Brown for the number 3 job and is the most productive number 3 receiver Jalen Hurts has had, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
If they move on from AJ Brown and he's part of it, and maybe he ascends to number 2 over Hollywood Brown, I think that's great. I'm holding some space for that.
Yeah, it's a good combination of being the best case scenario for the Eagles offense to have a young receiver that they could potentially build around in the future, while also being a realistic outcome, I think. There are people bullish on him in the building, and I get why. He's a fun profile of player. He's built similarly to AJ Brown in the sense that he, has like a running backs build at wide receiver. I really like a Darius Cooper.
I like a Darius Cooper. How would you have answered?
I'll be honest with you. I was thinking mostly on the defensive side, other than the offensive line guys. So I'll take Cameron Williams. I think he is. I think Drew Kendall is like the more likely. But if I'm going best case, if they have a Fred Johnson replacement in Cameron Williams, that is a very good outcome for them.
So. I think the best case for them, if what would be best, it has to be on offense, just because they have such a need for young building blocks on offense now that they will not be able to fill it all in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
If they could get one with sort of found money, I think that would go a long way.
Yeah. Ty Robinson's another one we didn't include.
Yeah, I didn't talk about Ty Robinson. That's a good one.
Especially, I wrote this in the depth chart analysis I did. You can read that on allphly.com.
Become a diehard.
The rotation of the churn of interior rushers next to the superstar, whether it was, Moro Ojomo, Milton Williams, before that, Javon Hargrave.
Yeah.
I feel like to keep that pipeline going, they probably need to draft a guy.
Yeah.
Unless they think Ty Robinson has the upside to fill that role over time. I'm not sure he does, but if he showed that in training camp, that would be a good outcome for the Eagles.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. Good question. We got 2, 6, and 8 left. Let's do number 8.
All right. Number 8. I teased that time machine. Howie Roseman likes to talk about time machines, Bo. And if he had
How many times do you think he's seen Back to the Future?
I do not know the answer to that. Probably not as many as you think.
I'm going to guess 3.
He's a busy guy. I'm going to say 2. You should ask him next week.
Okay.
So if Howie Roseman had the time machine...
He's of that age. I bet he saw it a bunch as a kid when it was on TV. I'm going to go 9 times.
I'm going to go lower than that for sure. He's a busy guy.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying now.
Yeah, but
over the course of his life.
Even when he was young, he seems like the type of guy who wouldn't have spent a ton of time watching movies.
I'm going 5.
5.
I think he's seen it 5 times.
I'm taking the under on that one. You should ask him.
Okay.
So if he had the time machine he's discussed so many times,
I'm going back to 9.
Which player would he sign from another team? Or sorry, I did a bad job framing it. You were throwing me off my game. So if Howie Roseman could go back to the start of free agency,
not beginning to end, like all the way through, but 9 times with a good at least half hour sitting.
Okay. Do you want to say anything else about this topic?
The kind of guy who sprinkles in a Marty McFly reference or something.
There's no way that he sprinkles in a Marty McFly reference.
I disagree.
No, there's no way.
I think so.
I'm waiting. Are you good?
I don't know yet. I'll let you know.
So if he could go back to the start of free agency.
Okay.
And he knows every deal that has been signed since the start of free agency, which player would he say, I'm signing them for that deal instead of the team that signed them for the deal? You could include a trade. If there's a player that was traded that maybe he would go, well, we would have paid that, and can go back and make the same trade. Who do you think he's targeting?
This is really hard.
It is.
And this is the one that you gave me heads up on because it did take a little bit of research, just to be honest with the audience. This is really hard because there are no great deals out there.
Especially for the Eagles.
Positions of need.
Yeah.
Right? So you think about the timing of it because the moves that happened in the first couple hours of free agency, he couldn't commit to because he was still hoping for Jalen Phillips.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that they were involved in Alontae Taylor a little bit. And certainly that makes sense given that they ended up signing Riq Woolen. That's the one of the major contracts that I think might be the answer. But even that is I think that's too much for them. I don't think that they would have signed him to that deal. Because it's like 42 guaranteed.
Yeah, that was my.
It's like 350 something. So
3 for 58.
I actually don't think that they would have done that deal. I think they would have maybe gone a little bit higher than they said they could go before Phillips had left. I still kind of think that they might have been interested in the likely thing.
Yeah.
But that was before they needed a resolution on Goddard. You didn't know about AJ Brown. And it is like he got paid a lot of money for the tight end market.
Yeah.
I think if he didn't have to worry about the lost cap space, that might be the answer, just in terms of filling a need long term. I don't think that there's a different corner deal based on, like, we knew that he wanted that, and they chose to go with Woolen as opposed to, getting Nahshon Wright for $5.5 million.
Yeah, so
right?
Nahshon Wright was the one that I settled on because he got signed for, I think it's 1 year, $5.5 million.
Yeah.
Would you rather have him at $5.5 million and more money to invest at safety, or at a different? Honestly, at any position, could you have saved some money there?
I don't think so. I think they chose. I think they knew that was a possibility, and they
Riq
chose
Woolen
to do this.
Yeah. To me, Nahshon Wright, Alontae Taylor stood out, and then my boy Charlie Kolar. But they signed Dallas Goedert for less money than Charlie Kolar signed for. So I don't think there's not a good answer for this one. But
no, I think the real question is probably, would they, if they knew
Nahshon Wright was $3.5 million.
Really? That's guaranteed? Then maybe up to 5.5.
I think maybe there was incentives that push it up. But
would they have done something different at edge if they knew Phillips was leaving? Like, would they have been involved? Would they have gone heavy at Odafe Owe? And I don't think so. I don't think they would have. I don't think they would have taken that deal.
Yeah, 4 years, $100 million for him. They're not doing that.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it, they're not doing the Hendrickson deal, even though they were involved because that was too much. We know that if they wanted to go to that, they could have gone to that.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anybody else who moves the needle for them too much. So I think this free agency year in particular was one that was not super interesting to Howie.
Right. I was going to say this.
I think Alontae Taylor is probably my answer, and even that I think he probably wouldn't have done at that.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Nahshon Wright, but I think that this conversation kind of shows the conversation that we were having a week into free agency where people were saying, why haven't they done anything? If you look back at it, the deals that these guys signed, I don't think I can see why they didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these contracts that were handed out, I don't think would have made sense for them.
Now, do you think that if he had gotten a first-round pick for A.J. Brown,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think that this would have worked cap-wise, but let's pretend that it would have, do you think he would have done the McDuffie deal? Sent a first for McDuffie?
It's a great question because McDuffie is Riq Woolen, but like so much more versatile. I would say a better player. I mean,
For
absolutely
sure.
a better player. But you have to pay him long term, and that it would have been hard to fit all three of those guys under your salary cap. So I don't think so. It would have been fun for 1 year, but yeah, I don't think they could have afforded to do it.
Would you think he would have done the Michael Pittman deal?
No, I don't. I mean, what year was Pittman drafted? He didn't overlap with Nick, did he? He did.
1 year?
1 year. So maybe the cohabitation matrix, but no, I don't think they would have done that.
Okay.
What do you think with the Pittman deal?
I think probably not. but
McDuffie deal, I feel like the money is the reason they wouldn't have done that.
Right, but
Yeah.
I'm just in a value world, would he have sent a first for McDuffie and then paid him?
Nah, I think if you were doing it from his perspective, you would probably look at it. It would not work because you would probably look at it like a 1 year rental, and
Right.
McDuffie wouldn't have been on board with that.
Right. I think
Yeah.
they're committed to keeping that space for Quignon and Cooper.
Yeah, it's like if they did that, we'd be sitting here saying like, what does this mean for Cooper to Gene?
Mm-hmm.
Rhymes.
All right. One more break. We'll come back. We got 2 more questions. Find out what they are. Number 2 and number 6. Well, I don't know. You ever have one of those days where you got no time? You're moving nonstop, and then suddenly you realize, wait a second, I haven't had anything to eat today. Happens to me all the time. That's why I have been loving what Wawa is doing right now. Wawa now has $5 deals all day long. And honestly, just makes life easier. If you're starting early, you can grab the $5 big breakfast meal deal. We're talking a sizzly, any sizzle you want, a hash brown, and any size hot or iced coffee. That's a full morning win for just $5. But then later in the day, you can also get a roasted chicken sandwich or a crispy chicken sandwich created your way starting at just $5. You can even check out their new teriyaki recipe. So start your day strong and fuel up whenever you need it with Wawa's $5 deals. Limited time, though. Exclusions apply. See Wawa.com for details.
All right, it's time to talk about staying in the game. If pain is slowing you down, knee, shoulder, back, whatever it is, you don't have to just deal with it. The team at Roseman Orthopedics has you covered. They've been recognized as the #1 physician practice in the country by Castle Connolly for having the most top doctors in orthopedic care. That's elite expertise, trusted nationwide. Getting started is easy. Head to rothmanortho.com/PHLY and schedule your appointment today. If you don't know what type of specialist to schedule with, you can use their Fast Scheduler program to quickly connect with their VIP scheduling team to get you set up with the appropriate specialist for your injury. And with Rothman now, you can get immediate access to orthopedic experts for guidance whenever you need. At Rothman Orthopedics, your mobility is their mission. You guys can book today at rothmanortho.com/PHLY and get back to doing what you love pain-free.
Back in the PHLY Eagles podcast. Bo and EJ. We have a little clip
Yeah.
you've curated.
It's I mentioned earlier, I was here a year ago, and
Happy anniversary.
I guess it's not technically our anniversary because we
Certainly
weren't
not technically.
we weren't official until it was like August something.
Night of the Ospreys.
Yeah, exactly. What was the date? August 6th? August 8th? Early August. But yeah, I figured, since I was watching it, I was like, oh, this brings back good memories. I figured we could run the tape.
Okay.
And see me wax poetic about Kelee Ringo being poised for a breakout season.
Nice. Kelee Ringo, you have sort of staked out a bit of a position on Kelee Ringo Island, it feels like. Or at least you're pretending as if you own Kelee Ringo. And not everybody else who saw him have a pretty good training camp last year.
Yeah.
Now, before we get to this item, how much of your gazzing up of Kelee Ringo has to do with the fact that he is, despite being more tenured in the NFL, actually a full year younger than Quinyon Mitchell?
That is a big part of it for sure. But honestly, this is my hot take. Listen, this is my hot take here. He has a very similar upside to Quinyon Mitchell, in my opinion.
Similar upside?
He has all the physical traits to be a lockdown cornerback in the NFL. Will he get there? I'm not sure. I mean, I think that it's going to take a lot for him to reach that potential. But the ceiling is apparent when you look at him. When you watch him play, he has all of the physical attributes. Like at least for me, when I look at cornerback prospects, I like to see to steal the Jeff Statlanism, some unusual traits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I want the spider chart to be full when I look at cornerbacks, especially if you're going to draft them high up in the draft. With Kelee Ringo, the spider chart is full. When you watch his tape, it's a little bit. He doesn't have as much fluidity. He doesn't have the technique that you really want to see from a corner. But I think having the last couple of years to sort of develop behind the scenes, I feel like there's a chance that he has sort of accessed some of that potential that I think was really apparent when they drafted him.
Very interesting time capsule. A lot of thoughts.
Yeah. I have thoughts too, obviously.
Number one, very funny. I wore that same sweater yesterday. It would have been funny if I was wearing the exact same one a year apart.
I wore the exact flannel and shirt combination like a week ago.
Okay.
Yeah, well, honestly, less than a week ago.
You had the smaller desk set up. We hadn't made the move to just keep the 4 here. Instead, we had the little double, little dead space there. That's interesting. Yeah. Thought the hair looked very good out of you.
Yeah, shorter. Yeah.
Listen, for you being that you're only your second time in studio, very comfortable.
I'd like to think I'm more comfortable now, but yeah.
But be a preternatural. I mean,
it's a testament to the host.
I thought you did a very good job. Now,
the take there
it also
is tough. Yeah.
It says a lot about you.
Yeah.
That you were willing to be so self-effacing in bringing us a clip.
It's about
that makes
personal
you look
growth.
So bad. Yeah.
It's about personal growth. Do I need to evolve how I view the cornerback position as we evaluate, to get ready for the draft? We're going to be looking at these prospects. Do I overweight traits?
But see, I do think you're missing something on Kelee still, because even then, when we're watching that, you say, yeah, you know what? Saying he had the same upside as Quinyon, maybe that wasn't as bad of a take. It's the change of direction.
Yeah, but I think the defense I will give to that take,
as you said, the fluidity.
Yeah, that is what he was missing. But in terms of I stand by that when you are looking for a first round corner, when you're looking for a cornerback with a high upside, you do want them to look like Kelee Ringo. Now, you want them to move better than Kelee Ringo. That is where I probably need to
and that's part
reevaluate the way that I look at cornerbacks.
Okay.
Is that I always chalked up his lack of change of direction, the lack of being able to flip your hips and move laterally, to just the fact he hadn't played the position very much. But I think it's just something he just is not comfortable doing. So yes, I think that is a part of my growth.
Good for you. Good for you.
I mean, I'm no Fran, but I do like to watch prospects. I like to watch the All-22.
And an interesting reminder there that, as we think about, as the Eagles have moved on from Sidney Brown, Kelee Ringo entering the final year of his rookie deal, odd that somehow still he is younger than Quinyon Mitchell.
Are you going to start this again?
No.
Okay. I didn't know that was a thing when I was in studio, I'll be honest. But I then learned shortly thereafter.
Because you weren't a sicko.
Okay. I mean.
All right, let's do number 2.
All right, number 2. This is going to revive a segment we do during the season, Something or Nothing.
Ooh, Something or Nothing. What a special deal. Something or nothing.
See the panic in your eyes.
Loser owes a meal.
Okay. I don't think that this is a winner or loser situation.
How you want to feel.
I don't need you to keep trying. It's like the Wobbly Mike song before the show.
How did that go again?
I don't remember. I didn't enjoy it.
Wobbly Mike.
No, I don't think that was it. It was bad, though. Shout out Julia, by the way, because Julia would always harmonize with you when you would start singing. It's like, what did I get myself into here? Anyway, number 2. The Eagles have the 7th most cap space in the NFL right now. $32.9 million, according to Over the Cap. Something or nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. I tend to agree with you. I just, it's something I see the conversation online. I think it's worth addressing. The Eagles typically do like to have more cap space than most teams at this point in the offseason and even going into the season for the sake of flexibility. Being able to sign people, being able to take on, dead cap space or just trading for somebody. So it doesn't surprise me, but it is it stands out because of the fact that they started on that table so low and now they've climbed as other teams make a lot of signings.
Also, they're holding out for big changes to that.
Yeah.
Whether that's extensions or a trade of AJ Brown.
Right. But still something that is noteworthy.
Yeah.
Mildly noteworthy.
I can't get worked up about the cap. So
you fall on the salary cap isn't real.
It's not that it's not real.
Yeah.
It's just that the Eagles do have the luxury. I mean, they can't do everything. They have constraints. I think the constraints are actually a little bit more cap related or cash related.
Yeah, I think that is accurate.
But yeah, I'm unmoved.
The thing I always go back to is I always say the salary cap is not going to be the limiting factor for the Eagles.
Yeah.
If you're pointing at the salary cap as the reason they're not going to do something, more often than not, that's not the primary reason they wouldn't do something. They can figure those things out.
All right, number 6. Close us out.
All righty. Does Jaxon Smith and Njigba's contract extension, is that $42.5 million a year? Does that change anything for Devontae Smith or the Eagles?
I don't think it changes anything. I think it probably reinforces that they would like to get a deal done with Devontae.
Yeah, his deal is 2 off seasons old, and he's making $25 million a year.
And I don't think he's their top priority, but I think they wouldn't mind doing that. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they do trade AJ, if that is shortly to come thereafter.
Yeah,
and they try to get ahead of it with Devontae. But it's not a direct 1-to-1, right? I mean, Smith and Njigba
he's younger,
right?
Yeah, he's
how much younger?
I think he's 3 years younger. Than Devontae.
Yeah.
And generally,
it's his first deal as opposed to
Yes, and generally, while I think, there are people in that building that think that Devontae is as good as those guys. He just doesn't get the opportunity. It's still he had 1,700 yards last year. It's at some point that production kind of wins out. So. I think if I'm the Eagles, I do want to rework a contract with Devontae Smith this offseason because even if AJ's back, I think you do probably want to get ahead of this market really taking off. I mean, there's still some big wide receiver contracts to come this offseason and probably next offseason as well. I know his deal's only 2 years old. I could see them reworking his deal by the time we get to training camp.
I don't think that's crazy.
Yeah.
If you are interested in trying to figure out who might be the next Jaxon Smith and Njigba. Is there a wide receiver the Eagles could draft in the first 2 rounds? Good news. Fran's Die-Hard draft event, the Fran's film session, is coming up April 8th, 6 o'clock. This is 2 weeks away. And Connor Barwin's going to be there for a little meet and greet beforehand. So you get to meet Connor Barwin. You get to watch and learn as Fran does some guys. Fantastic.
Crunching tape with Fran, meeting Connor Barwin. What an opportunity.
Gobbling tape.
What's your favorite word for consuming tape? Is it eating tape, crushing the tape, gobbling the tape? I haven't heard that one before.
I'm still looking for it.
Okay. I respect that.
Devouring the tape.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Is that the one? No? Didn't land?
That was okay. Do a little thesaurus.com. No free ads.
If you just gave them the free ad.
Scarfing the tape.
Scarfing the tape. Love that.
Gorging on the tape.
Ooh, that one's good.
Swallowing the tape.
I don't like that one.
Lindsay laughing at that. Inhaling the tape. Inhaling's pretty good.
I like gorging better.
Cramming the tape.
You don't want to cram it.
Feasting on the tape.
Ooh, feasting's good.
Ingesting? No. How about wolfing down the tape?
Wolfing down the tape. That's a good one. That could be you. That could be like your
The
thing.
tape wolf.
The tape. No, you're wolfing. Oh, he's wolfing down the tape. We gotta. Yeah, we have to. Maybe a graphic, Lindsay. Wolfing down the tape.
Maybe a graphic we could figure out in Goblin Time.
You see Mo Salah's leaving Liverpool?
No.
End of the season?
Really? Do we know
Big
where?
news?
Philadelphia Union?
He's probably going to go to the Saudi League if I had to guess.
Mm.
He's been wanted there for many years. Yeah.
Hopefully he gets enough blood money to ease his conscience.
I mean, that's the thing about the Saudi League is that's what they're doing out there. Mo Salah was like one of the first players because, again, I'm a late adopter to soccer. I've never claimed to be an early adopter.
You say that as if there are people who get mad at you for this. Is this a...
Yes, people do.
Really?
Yeah, because remember I didn't know, was it Schweinsteiger that I didn't know? And you're like, how do you not know that guy? And it's like, if they didn't play in the last like 7 years, I'm not familiar with them unless they're on FIFA. But he was one of the first players where I was like, I can tell that he's good even though I know nothing about this game. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like he was just so dominant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great player.
Moves, in his prime, moves in a fun little way with the ball.
Also, I mean, for us guys who got struggling hairlines, that guy's like he's goals, you know?
Us. Lindsay's ex.
We're all just trying to get like Mo Salah. She can't believe you just said that. I wish I could see Lindsay's reaction.
Yeah, because one of our mutual friends listens to the show.
It's a Loopy Tuesday. They don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, man.
I mean, listen.
Yeah, what?
Did a morning show.
Oh.
You know, to have the on and then the down and then the on again. Come on. Sweet sassy Mo Lassie. Reggie Miller's looking good.
I did not know that talking about Mo Salah was going to lead to this.
Oh, man. Passes it to the man, and boom goes the dynamite.
What'd you think of the EJ8?
I like
the Capadia 8.
No, don't. You already did it. You've
All
already.
Right, fine. The EJ8.
I like the EJ8.
With inspiration from.
We should mix it in. Stop it.
I won't stop it. I got to show the necessary respect. I got to show my work. I can't be taking credit for this.
Don't you think that there's a degree to which Naya will find you doing it too much to be a little bit patronizing?
I hope not. I certainly hope not. Listen, you can't be like overly deferential.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you can't. Like, I'm going to make it clear. Shio Capadia came up with this idea.
Ooh, the EJ8.
I don't think I like that. Not a fan of the EJ8.
Okay, well, it's your thing.
The EJ8 we could do. People call me EJ.
Okay.
I don't hate EJ. No, I don't hate it as much as I hate Ernie.
Okay. Good stuff on a Tuesday.
A loopy Tuesday.
Tomorrow's going to be fun. Miles Johnson's going to join us.
Oh, yeah.
In the studio. Looking forward to that.
Real Talk with MJ.
Real Talk with MJ. That'll be fun.
We got a super chat at the...
It'll be on Anthony's show as well. So that'll be a lot of fun. Shout out to Joe Rockhead. And Thursday, we'll see what happens. Friday, Dennis is going to be here. So plenty to come before we head out to hobnob with the billionaires in Phoenix.
The Moi Poi? Hoi Poi?
No, the Moi Poi?
Which one is it?
No, the hoi polloi is the lowers.
That's like the Doodle
Although
Bob.
I did make that mistake in years past.
I was just sounding like you didn't watch SpongeBob enough to know Doodle Bob, did you?
No.
Yeah, well, Doodle Bob would go like, "Hoy."
Lindsay loves that. Wow.
That was a good Doodle Bob.
It's a great reference.
All right, we found your impression.
2 days in a row talking about SpongeBob.
You have to talk like, wait, what's the character's name? I can't think
Squidward?
straight. No, they just did.
Doodle Bob.
Doodle Bob.
Yeah.
You have to do Doodle Bob for a whole show.
Oh, absolutely not. No, there's no light goal. There's no light goal to do Doodle Bob for the whole show. It'd be really tough.
Oh, man. Good stuff, everybody.
Yeah, why don't you answer this question about the shows while we're gone, or you're gone?
No, well,
We're not sure yet.
We'll let you know who's gonna.
Yeah.
Who's gonna do the shows?
But we're doing shows while you guys are away.
Yeah, we're not missing any shows. Don't you worry about it. Thanks for watching, everybody. In the comments, let us know what skill you would want to have. I guess that's not athletic. No, forget that. Let us know how many times you think Howie Roseman has seen Back to the Future.
Oh, that's a fun one. I like that one. Yeah.
And then if we get an answer at the owners' meetings, whoever is closest to the pin will get a prize. But I'm on the record as 9. So stay away.
You're gonna ask him this like on background.
Yeah. No, I'm not asked on the record. I'm
No,
asking about this
don't
and AJ
waste,
Dillon.
don't waste an on the record question about this.
All right, how about this? If at any point in the future, or we find evidence in the past that he has referenced Back to the Future,
What
you
happens?
owe me a latte.
Am I gonna make it?
Oh, now we're talking.
I'd love that.
Okay,
Now I hope this happens.
great.
I make a mean latte, man. Let me tell you.
All right, I like it. Big cup, huh? I like it.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. Hit the like button. Tell us how many times you think Howie's seen Back to the Future. And as always, we love you.
We all silly like the mayor.